What's up, y'all? Today we're back with another reaction. Today we're going to be reacting to some more dark and strange TikTok clips, go back. So get back to the formula. So today let's get into it. Start it now.
Is by far the most disturbing case I have ever covered. Junko Furuta was a 17-year-old girl from Tokyo, Japan. Junko was on her way home from work when she was kicked off of her bike by a guy who fled. Another guy appeared and offered to walk her home so that she would be safe. This would end up costing Junko her life. The man took Junko where he essayed her and threatened to take her life. He then took her to his parents' house where a group of 3 other boys and they all essayed her. This was repeated for another 40 days, and it's reported that over 100 boys and men participated in these terrible acts. Junko was also starved, beaten, and even burned with cigarettes. By the end of December, Junko was unable to move at all. On January 4th, the kidnapper had lost a board game and decided to take his anger out on Junko. He poured lighter fluid on her and lit a match. Him and the other boys then beat her for over 2 hours. Junko lost her life that night.
Hey Granny, why are you 6?
Oh, so that first clip just off rip immediately mad disturbing. Like, you gotta be a sicko, Like, RIP to that girl, That's just some inhumane activities, man. We're gonna keep rolling though. Keep rolling into the vid. Let's go.
As I boarded the plane from North Carolina to Armadillo, Texas, my anticipation to reunite with Granny after over 5 years filled my heart. But upon arriving, I couldn't ignore the stark difference in Granny's appearance. She looked considerably older and disheveled, and to my surprise, she had grown taller, about 6 inches taller than I remembered. I dismissed it, assuming the passage of time had taken its toll. During my first night at Granny's house, the sound of hurried footsteps echoed through the quietness. Intrigued, I cautiously cracked open my bedroom door. To my astonishment, Granny was scurrying on all fours, moving with an animal-like agility. A mix of confusion and concern filled me, prompting me to capture the bizarre sight on video. I immediately shared it with my mother. Within moments, my phone buzzed with urgency as my mother's text appeared. "Thomas, get out now, that's not your grandmother."
Thousands and thousands of fish wash ashore in the Philippines on January 7th, right before the earthquake hits. Let me show you the video. It is crazy. Just look at the number of these fish washing up on shore. It is insane. Damn. Honestly, great for these families, though. You get a ton of fish to save. And then, hours later, an earthquake hits about 50 miles offshore. Now, luckily, it was far and not insane that it would affect the infrastructure or people's safety in the Philippines. And I believe the government has said there's no tsunami warning, which is great. It is crazy, though. These fish will just beach themselves when they sense an earthquake coming. I believe the same thing happened in Japan with the oarfish. The earthquake that hit measured 7.1 on the Richter scale. Locals described this as a bad omen, and others said this is a blessing. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. I'm just glad everyone's safe from that earthquake. And as always, these videos are for informational purposes only.
Into the woods.
What?
So it's another week and another mysterious video. This time I was emailed about a very old video without a source that's been making the rounds on social media. In the video, a group of friends are camping in the middle of the forest. Late into the night, they start to hear strange sounds coming from the dark woods. Now, in what is probably a terrible decision, they decide to grab their flashlights and go to investigate. What happens next is downright chilling.
Bro.
As they search for the source of the creepy sounds, the group spots what appears to be some kind of creature with glowing eyes hiding in the tree line. Shocked online viewers have pointed out that even with the potato quality old video, you can still see that the strange unidentified creature actually appears to blink before it runs off into the woods, adding just a tiny bit more credibility to this very odd footage. But without a source, once again, we'll never know the full story on this old video. So is it real or just an elaborate hoax? As always, you decide.
Yo, y'all. See, that one's like actually scary to me, you know what I'm saying? Cause like I already let y'all know how I feel personally about the woods. You would never catch me out there. And if you did, whatever creature that was, bang, 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 like we got to go John Wick on something like that, y'all, cuz like it's serious. That other one with the grandma running around the house, that was some weird stuff right there too. Like what's going on here? Also with the fish and the earthquake in the Philippines, like the fish come up on the shore. I never knew that about when earthquakes are about to happen. I guess that's like a warning sign. About if you see the fish on the shore coming up like that, get out of there. Man, what was that in the woods though? All right, let's keep going though. Let's keep rolling with the video.
Come with me into the haunted Tunnel of Graves, if you dare. Situated below the Anglican Cathedral in Liverpool is St. James Cemetery. This is a place filled with ghoulish tales of vampires, ghosts, and witches. If you're in the area and wanting a paranormal experience, this is the place you're most likely to get one. It's not for the faint of heart. Carved out inside a former quarry and now the resting place to over 58,000 people, it's no surprise this is one of Liverpool's most haunted spots. There is a ghost that is infamously known to haunt this area. She is commonly seen on ghost tours and those that visit the cemetery even in daylight. Today I'm going to tell you about the cemetery's most famous ghost, Little Grace. Our story takes place over a century ago, involving a little girl that used to enjoy playing in the gardens of St. James Cemetery. Sadly, the child became ill from pneumonia, likely from her outdoor adventures in the cold. Unable to fight the illness and with medicine being in its infancy, the child sadly died. Now this is where the story can change paths. However, the most commonly told is that her father resided in one of the large Georgian properties just above the Anglican Cathedral. Not wanting the death of his daughter to ruin his business deals, he had her secretly buried in the churchyard at night. Some locals found out about this, and as a mark of respect, carved her name into the stone, which you can still see to this day right here. Just behind me here is the resting place of Little Grace. Now, her phantom is most commonly seen around here. Often people feel her touching their hands. Naturally, when they spin round to greet the phantom child, there's nobody there. Her presence is not only felt rather strongly in this area, her full apparition is sometimes seen. The child has been known to emerge out of the ground in which her body rests, floating into the air. She silently watches passers-by before vanishing. Rest in peace, Little Grace.
Dang, it's a little chilling story. I want y'all to let me know down below if you believe in ghosts. Like, whoever you are watching the video, let me know if you believe in ghosts down below. That's crazy right there. Who knows? Who knows for real? All right, keep going.
Answer the door on Halloween night. On Halloween night in 1984, a pregnant mom named Doreen Erbert heard the doorbell ring. She opened the door to find someone in a wolf mask holding a machete. This was like a scene straight out of a horror movie, and she was viciously slaughtered in front of her 4-year-old daughter. Special attention had been made to harm the fetus as well, and it was found under this chair. Luckily, when the attack started, her daughter hid behind the couch, and then the man in the wolf mask paced around the house looking for her. The man in the mask shouted that if she said anything, he was going to come back and kill her too. Crime scene investigators noticed a trail of blood leading from the house down the sidewalk and across the freeway to a nearby neighborhood. This attack happened shortly after her husband left to go to the store, and he came home just a few minutes after she died. But luckily, officers did their due diligence. Looking into Doreen's past, they found out she had a tumultuous marriage with her ex-husband, Michael Dennis. And they actually had a child that drowned under Doreen's supervision in 1980. 2 years later, this distraught ex sued Doreen for the death of their child but lost in court. And just hours after the murder, the police paid a visit to Michael Dennis. He was calm and collected and gave consent to search, but as he reached out to sign the form, they noticed a gash on his hand. He said he got this injury from carving pumpkins the day before, but they noticed that the blood was still clotting. He began to walk detectives up towards his bedroom and lunged towards the bed, and they were luckily able to tackle him before he grabbed his revolver. And also inside the house, they found blood near the washing machine, and blood was all over his car door handle and steering wheel. His past girlfriend also said that the previous Halloween he went to a party wearing a wolf mask, pictured here. Michael Dennis was charged for the death of Doreen and her unborn child. And due to the brutality, he was actually given the death penalty. Michael Dennis had never moved on and hated Doreen for finding love and having another. And I have to say, if you've lost a child, Halloween is probably a really difficult day to look outside and see kids running around everywhere. But that does not excuse his actions. Let me know what case you want me to cover next and follow for more true crime.
That one was pretty disturbing right there too. You know, imagine you hear someone knock on your door, you come to the door, and it's a dude in a wolf mask with a machete. Like, what would you even do at that point, you know? I mean, you know, you'd have to act fast or you become a victim right there, you know? That's sad, you know? Keep going now.
November, so let's take a look at some notable horror movies that are coming out this month that you need to keep on your radar. But before we get into that, make sure you guys hit that follow button if you love all things horror, all things spooky. Coming out on November 3rd is the movie Squealer, and it follows a young town whose women begin to go missing. So a police officer and a social worker follow clues that lead them to a pig farm. As their investigation continues, they run into a local butcher who's been bringing his work home. Now this movie has the boy Tyrese Gibson, so make sure you guys check this out. Black Noise also comes out on November 3rd, and it follows an elite security team who seek out to rescue a VIP on a resorted island. This rescue mission becomes a desperate attempt to survive and leave the island as a sinister presence is now after them. Ghost of the Void comes out on November 7th. It follows a young woman who is newly homeless. She spends a night in her car as she battles exhaustion and a crumbling marriage. And now she has to worry about the mysterious threats of masked strangers. The Cello comes out on November 8th, and it stars Tobin Bell, you know, Jigsaw. And it follows an aspiring cellist who learns that the cost of his cello is more sinister than he thought. There's Something in the Barn comes out on November 10th, and I believe that this is a Christmas movie. And it follows an American family who fulfill their dreams of moving back after inheriting a remote cabin in the Norway mountains. The movie is horror, comedy, and fantasy, so be on the lookout. It's a Wonderful Knife also comes out on November 10th, and it follows a young woman in a small town who saves her town from a psychotic serial killer. But her life isn't going so great, so she wishes that she never existed, so this brings her into a whole new timeline. So the killer is now back, and she has to find a way to go back to her reality and to defeat him once and for all. And of course, Eli Roth's highly anticipated film, Thanksgiving, starring Addison Rae, comes out on November 17th. After a Black Friday riot ends in a tragedy, a mysterious mass killer terrorizes the town of Plymouth, Massachusetts. I live like 15 minutes away from Plymouth, so Addison Rae, Eli Roth, let's work together and promote this movie. So everyone tag the Thanksgiving movie account and Addison Rae in the comments so they see this post.
Do you
The other day my dad was watching that one, Something in the Barn. And it was like about gnomes, like a gnome or something. It was in like Norway or like Sweden or something like that. And there was like gnomes in a barn like killing people, man. He was watching, man. I was watching, man. I couldn't take it serious at all. Y'all know me though. It's hard for some of this stuff to scare me. It's got to be like, you know, some real chilling stuff, some creepy stuff out in the woods. Like, I don't know what it is. I couldn't just take like gnomes very serious in a horror movie, you know, like a gnome running around with a knife. Like, nah. You know, but all right, we're going to continue.
Disney princess Sophia carries an evil soul? Hello, I am Allison Hopper, and this is the second part of my story. My parents gave me a Sophia Princess lamp as a birthday gift, but a series of supernatural events followed, tormenting me to the point of insomnia and mental instability. One night, terrifying things happened again, and a sweet yet eerie voice emerged from the lampshade, claiming to be the past life of Princess Sophia, possessed by a demon, living a lonely and painful existence. She invited me to play with her and wanted to be friends with me. I was very scared and didn't know what to do, but the Princess Sophia in the lampshade said she had had enough of fear and sleeplessness. The only thing I could do was to accept her invitation, thinking that this would make her leave. However, it was a grave mistake, and I had actually given my soul to the terrifying evil soul in the lampshade. They used the evil soul to take over my mind, and I tried to escape everything, but there was no way. I was forever trapped in the lampshade. My behavior became stranger every day, and my parents didn't know what had happened to me. They could only watch as I was confined to a mental hospital.
I was for
That was a strange little story about the girl's soul trapped in a lamp thing, trapped in a lava lamp or whatever. But I don't know what it is. Like they need to change up these like little AI voice ones because it's hard to take the little AI voice ones serious in my opinion. You know, I don't know what it is, but I'd rather have a real person or just like a better voiceover or something. Like they don't gotta show, you know what I'm saying, show like a little AI generated character. But we're gonna keep going, y'all.
We are the prisoners of the Russian sleep experiment.
Another
Placed
one.
alongside 4 other individuals in a confined space, we were subjected to a gas that thwarted any attempts at sleep. All of us were captured as war prisoners, subjected to scrutiny to observe the repercussions of prolonged wakefulness on the human body. Initially, on day 1, everything appeared normal, and we were assured freedom upon completion. However, as time progressed, our discussions took a dark turn, and paranoia gradually tore our unity apart. By day 9, one of our companions began screaming uncontrollably until his vocal cords gave out. In a desperate attempt to shield ourselves from observation, the rest of us resorted to smearing our own excrement on the glass. On the 15th day, authorities intervened, shutting off the gas and opening the doors, unprepared for the gruesome spectacle that awaited them. The room was a nightmarish scene of self-inflicted mutilation, as we had resorted to consuming our own flesh in a frantic effort to stay awake. Despite our pleas to reinstate the gas, they callously refused to assist us. Miraculously, we managed to survive the ordeal, fully aware that our demise awaited us once sleep overcame us. We implore you to remember our suffering and torment.
The Russian sleep experiment, y'all, man. Imagine if that was real, though. You know, hey. We'll keep rolling through the video.
Halloween, and I've got a special surprise for you. For those of you that love The Nun 2, I got something really cool in from Warner Brothers. All right, here's the front of the box. We're gonna definitely unbox this. Here we go. Oh my gosh, guys. Wow. Look at this gorgeous stained glass piece. I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit so you can see the detail. How gorgeous is this? Thank you so much, Warner Brothers, for this amazing art piece. So guys, the fun surprise is The Nun 2 is now available to view on digital. And it also will be released November 14th already for the 4K UHD disc. So let's go over a little bit about the plot of The Nun 2. So the film takes place in 1956 in a small town in France. And the word gets out that a priest has unfortunately been murdered. Upon hearing about it, Sister Irene begins to investigate what's going on. She soon finds out that it's obviously the nun causing all of this horror and murders happening. So she comes face to face with Valak and has to encounter this evil and try to fight Valak again. I love the Conjuring Universe movies, and I really did enjoy this film. I love Thaisa Farmiga as an actress, and Valak is just scary as hell. You guys can stream this digitally as stated prior on Max, as well as rent or buy on Prime Video. And again, this will release November 14th on 4K UHD. I'm excited to get the 4K. If you guys have seen The Nun 2, please let me know your thoughts in the comments about it. Share this with a friend who loves the Nun series. And if you love all things horror and spooky, I'd love for you to follow. Happy Halloween, friends.
The worst.
I've never seen the second one, but I have watched the first one, and it was kind of scary. It's kind of scary. That one scene in it, I don't know if y'all have ever seen The Nun, but there's one scene where at the end of the movie there's like a hallway and there's a bunch of crosses all over the top and bottom of the hallway, and she gets to the end of the door and it's basically a jump scare, but you know that scene got me pretty good down that hallway at the end of the first movie. Never seen the second one though. Might have to check it out. All right, let's keep going, y'all.
On the dark web. During their moment of relaxation, these tourists are about to witness a shocking event.
Yo. I've never seen that before. That giant explosion. Like, let me know in the comments down below if y'all know what that was. Because, I mean, it looks similar to like a nuclear blast or something in the ocean, but couldn't really tell what it was. You know, the clip had like Suicide Boys lo-fi or something in the background. It was kind of like mess with the vibe of the clip, but you know, that was interesting regardless. I'm curious to know what that was right there, but we're going to continue with band in school. Yeah, that was a cool little location, that abandoned school right there. You know, looked creepy, but it looked pretty interesting. You know, I want to go to some abandoned spots. You know, maybe in the future for the channel, we can go do some IRL creepy, you know, dark, mysterious, unknown content. You know, but I hope y'all enjoyed the video. You know. Also, I want to let y'all know next video, tune in because it's about to be real funny. We're gonna switch it up. We're gonna go back to one of the funny videos, you know, and we're gonna be reacting to a clip, something that happened recently. You know what I'm saying? Actually recommended by one of my friends, my you know, but we're gonna see what's up with it, and hope y'all enjoyed the video. I hope y'all stay blessed. Let's all crush this 2024. And on that note, I'll see y'all next time.